3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 976. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work and would like to help support it, you can do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome. Thank you very much for your presence during this reading, as well as your support. So, I think for this reading, I will probably take it very slow, because I am personally feeling very exhausted. If you're also feeling exhausted, just know that the hard work that you are doing will be worth it. And it's possible, depending on who's watching this, that it's only temporary. So just be kind to yourself and try not to take it out on the universe. I also want to talk about how for the past 15 to 20 minutes, give or take, we've been hearing a dog bark relentlessly, and it's pretty annoying. But I do feel that since the dog is still barking while I'm recording this reading, that it is part of the reading, especially because whenever I finished recording the last video that I recorded today, I think that's when the barking started. And it was part of that reading too. But dog barking for me usually symbolizes the universe, your spirit guides, maybe our spirit guides, wanting us to really pay attention to something. And the fact that the barking is irritating, maybe it's something that, I don't want to acknowledge, or that you don't want to acknowledge or pay attention to, but it feels like this reading is here to encourage you to pay attention anyway, or to encourage me to pay attention anyway. This could have something to do with feeling tired and exhausted and just frustrated, and because somehow paying attention requires more effort and more energy. So just make sure that you keep your needs in mind and that you respect them. Maybe that's what, we really need to pay attention to, how important it is to rest and to relax, and to make sure that we're not overworking ourselves. Getting into interpreting the number 976, the number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. You could feel led by a sense of purpose. I know I certainly do. And this could be confirmation of that, especially if there's someone or something in your life, or many someones or somethings that you feel called to let go of. Whether it's, it could be on the inside too, a certain thought, feeling, or belief. The number 7 is about wisdom, awareness, consciousness, and deeper meaning. I do think that whenever we experience loss or change, if it brings us pain or anxiety or fear, that's an invitation for us to look inward and to learn something, not only about ourselves, but also about the universe, our faith, other people. There could definitely be something here that you're not yet aware of, that the universe and your spirit guides do want you to be aware of by looking inward. Maybe you need to hear that everything you need to know already exists within you. And I did burp, So that could be confirmation of someone or something that you feel called to release or let go, or there's something standing in the way of you looking inward that needs to be removed or released. Some sort of resistance or distraction. You could be feeling called to listen to meditation music or any kind of music that really helps you reflect and process your thoughts and your feelings. And it could even really help you connect with your intuition, your inner voice, or your inner ear, as they say. Being in the stillness, the quiet, could be really nice for somebody, especially if you're feeling particularly tired or anxious or overwhelmed. The number 6 is about self-love, a choice between self-love and self-destruction. Maybe there's some sort of fork in the road or a decision, even if it's not as obvious. When you look at the core of it, it's about loving yourself or destroying yourself, working for yourself, working against yourself. It could be important for you to really just focus on you right now and your needs and taking care of yourself and connecting genuinely with yourself. Adding up these numbers, 9 plus 7 is 16, and 16 plus 6 is 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. And that's about peace and stability and the presence of your ancestors, which is pretty fitting for the cards that I want to use today. You might already know what they are, depending on how long you've been around for. But I think that there is purpose in finding more peace, more closure, and more stability, especially in connection to your ancestors. If you really are trying to find more peace and stability in your life, your ancestors really support you in that, not only because they care about you, but also because you have the power and the potential to have a positive impact on the people around you, the kids in your life, future generations. You really do matter because you're worth it and you have potential and you do make a difference, whether it's through your words or your actions. Even if it isn't obvious, energetically, you do make a difference. I'm going to go ahead and move into the cards portion of this reading. I'm going to start with the Ancestor Spirit Oracle here. We're going to see what wants to come through for you and how it relates to purpose and making an impact, learning things, and loving yourself. There could even be something significant here about family. Oh, this is a really nice card. This card says, shine brightly. Stand out, be proud, individuality. It's really okay to be different, to stand out, to be the odd man out. Whether you're a man or not, there are men on this card, but it doesn't matter. You could be a man though. And this could resonate more for you because of that. But this shine brightly, you have a light within you. We all do. You have strengths that are unique to you and who you are. And it feels like this card is encouraging you to use those strengths, that light within you. especially if you resonate with the idea of using your voice and being heard and being seen. I am a strong believer that it is better to stand alone than to stand in a crowd of people who make you feel alone. And I do want to say for somebody that the longer that you stand alone, if you resonate with that, or that you shine brightly and stand strong in who you are, the closer you will be to attracting the right relationships and the right opportunities. There's something so powerful and inspiring about staying committed and so true to who you are, regardless of the negative consequences. There really is something strong about that. And if you really think about it, is it really a negative consequence? You know, if you lose that relationship or that job that has a problem with you being honest and authentic and just being yourself, it can seem negative at first, but over time, if you choose self-love over self-destruction, you will see that it was never really negative. In fact, it was a blessing in disguise. I just have this strong feeling that somebody really has a bright light here. You just have so much potential to help bring awareness, to help raise collective consciousness. And like, you really can't say it enough. You really do matter a lot. I'm going to draw out a couple of cards from the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. And that will be the last cards that we will draw for this. But let's see. I love how this is an Ancestor Spirit Oracle card, because it's like past loved ones are telling you basically, like, just be yourself, because we love you anyway. Yeah, if there's family in your life that is hard, you know, doesn't accept you the way that you should, never forget that there will always be ancestors that do. I have the Queen of Wands. I was wanting to say the Queen of Cups. This is the Queen of Wands in reverse. Someone here has a very bright light to shine, but you don't believe in yourself as much as you should. And I'm just really getting this feeling that your ancestors, your spirit guides in general, want you to mend the relationship that you have with yourself, because I just feel like I'm really feeling somebody who has so much to offer but has been treated like they don't. And it feels like you need to pay more attention to how you feel about yourself and how other people feel about you, especially if it's family. I know that letting go of family, especially if it's a lot of family members, and if you have to like orphan yourself or anything, that can be very difficult. But at the same time, it is liberating, and you deserve to be surrounded by people, family that is blood related or not, that loves you for who you are and really sees you for who you are. You deserve to have people in your life that compliment you and celebrate your own achievements with you, even if they are very unique to who you are. Let's go ahead and draw out the last card. I also want you to know that this fight, or this battle, this inner battle to be yourself, even if it feels like you're kind of fighting the world, you're not alone. I believe that there is a whole movement of people learning how to love themselves because they realize they deserve it and that they really can have a positive impact on the people around them and ultimately in the world. The last card is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like there's something in your life outside of you, like a relationship or a job or a project, something outside of you that is just not working. It doesn't feel like it's meant to be. I just burped a couple times. I don't know if you heard that. But usually burps for me are about release. It's a sign about release. And it feels like confirmation to let go of whatever it just is not working. Whatever is not seeing you, recognizing you, and celebrating you. I do think that the more confident that you get, the more that you trust yourself, the more that you believe in yourself, the more isolated you may feel. Now use your judgment, please. That message may not apply to everybody, but there are definitely, myself included, some people who, grew up surrounded by people, whether it was fake friends or just dysfunctional family members, who were only comfortable around them or you when you didn't believe in yourself and you didn't trust yourself and you didn't really have that much confidence in yourself. When I say you're not alone, I really mean it. Like I said, the longer that you stay committed to yourself, the closer you will get to finding the right people. It could be important for you to just really trust yourself and believe in yourself. Trust in what you deserve and believe that it will come to you, that it will find you. The number 10 on the 10 of Pentacles, I wanted to say the 10 of Cups. Interesting. Let me talk about the number 10 first. That is about your spirit guides being near. You'll know that if you've been around for a while. But in the number 10, 1 plus 0, still 1. That number for me is also about trusting yourself. So I do feel that light forces out in the universe are trying to speak to the light within you. And I really love the way that comes out. Because you may recognize something in the universe in your faith. You might see yourself in it. And who knows? Maybe the universe sees the same thing. It sees itself in you. The light within you. You could definitely be somebody who is a very faithful person. Really spiritual or really religious. And that side of you could mean a lot to you. It could be really important to you. And I do think that the universe doesn't want you to, it wants you to hold on to that. Because I feel like that's part of your light, having faith in something greater than you. Even if it doesn't, match with, I just believe that all religions, they all have truth, and they all have lies, and it's up to us to discern what is truth and what is a lie. So it's okay if what you believe is the truth may not be the same for other people. All that matters is that you stay committed to what you believe to be true. I do think it's interesting that I wanted to say the Queen of Cups here and I wanted to say the 10 of Cups here. It feels like there's a lot of emotion under the surface of a situation, or just a lot of emotion that you're feeling that you may not really, it may not be exactly clear to you. And just think that that's the side of yourself that you need to take care of more, the more emotional and sensitive side of yourself, because that side of you is a strength. I just think that you have to understand, teach yourself how to see it and use it as a strength. I just think that there's something deep within you, something very emotional, painful, that you need to find closure with. And I feel like it could be that side of you that is more sensitive. Learning to love that side of yourself regardless of how other people perceive it. I really, as a spiritual person with sensitivities and believing in, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and all that stuff, I really do see that as a strength. Because you are more emotional and sensitive, you are more sensitive to what the universe has to say. So, pay attention.